You've done everything right. Arrived 2 hours early, checked in online, printed your boarding pass. You're feeling confident, maybe even a little smug about how prepared you are. But here's the truth. None of that preparation matters if you do any of these things before boarding. In 2025, TSA agents are trained to spot behavioral red flags faster than ever. They're watching for micro movements, scanning for specific actions, and flagging travelers who have no idea they're even being monitored. Things you do without thinking, like checking your phone a certain way or how you hand over your ID, are now instant triggers for additional screening. And the worst part? Most travelers think they're being helpful or efficient when they're actually painting a target on their back. Stick around because mistake number 8 will shock you. It's something 90% of business travelers do automatically. Let's jump in. Mistake number 12, fumbling with multiple IDs. You reach for your wallet. Driver's license is buried behind your credit cards, so you pull out your passport instead. Then you second guess yourself and reach for the license anyway. Wrong move. TSA agents are trained to flag indecisive ID behavior as suspicious. When you can't quickly produce the right identification, or when you're switching between documents, you're triggering what they call document confusion protocol. Here's what most people have no idea about. Agents time how long it takes you to present your ID. Anything over 3 seconds gets a mental note. Switching documents? That's an instant red flag. One traveler in Phoenix got pulled aside just for hesitating between his license and passport for 8 seconds. 8 seconds cost him 45 minutes of additional screening. The fix? Know exactly which ID you're using before you approach security. Have it ready in your hand, not buried in your wallet. One document, one smooth motion. Don't say we didn't warn you. Mistake number 11. Looking back at the line, you hand over your boarding pass and ID. Everything seems fine, but then you turn around to check how long the security line is behind you. Maybe you're looking for your travel companion who's still back there. That backwards glance just flagged you. TSA considers line surveillance behavior a potential security risk. When you turn to scan the crowd behind you, their training kicks in. Are you checking for law enforcement? Signaling to someone? Assessing escape routes? They don't know, but they're trained not to take chances. This next one? Even airline staff are getting caught. A flight attendant in Denver got secondary screening last month just for looking back to wave at a colleague. She knew the rules, worked in aviation for 12 years, and still triggered the protocol. Keep your eyes forward once you're in the security zone. Look at the agent, look ahead at the screening area, but never turn around to scan the line behind you. Your curiosity isn't worth missing your flight. Mistake number 10, excessive phone checking. Your phone buzzes, work email, flight update, text from your spouse, so you check it. Then check it again 30 seconds later, then once more just to be sure. That repetitive phone checking just put you on their radar. TSA agents are watching for what they call nervous communication patterns. Checking your phone more than twice in the security line triggers additional scrutiny. They're trained to spot travelers who might be receiving instructions or coordinating with others. And the worst part? It looks totally normal to you. But here's what they see: potential coordination with outside parties, nervous energy, or distraction from security protocols. None of those look good in their training manual. One businessman in Atlanta got pulled for secondary screening after checking his phone 7 times in a 5-minute span. He was just monitoring his Uber driver's location. Cost him his connection to Chicago. Put your phone away once you join the security line. Check it before you get in line, or wait until you're through screening. Those work emails can wait 15 minutes. Most people have no idea they're being watched this closely. Mistake number 9. Wrong way to hand over documents? You extend your arm. Boarding pass in one hand, ID in the other. Seems logical, right? You're being efficient, organized, ready to go? Wrong approach. TSA agents are trained to receive documents in a specific way. When you hold them out in separate hands, you're actually creating what they call document separation anxiety. They have to reach for 2 different items, coordinate their movements, and track multiple pieces of paper. This makes them uncomfortable. Uncomfortable agents ask more questions. The correct method? Stack your ID on top of your boarding pass. Hand them over as a single unit to the agent's right hand. Let them separate the documents themselves. It's a tiny detail that prevents you from looking disorganized or overeager. Here's something even more important. Never hand over your documents before the agent asks for them. Premature document presentation is actually a red flag behavior. It suggests you're trying to rush the process or avoid scrutiny. Wait for their request, then hand over the stacked documents smoothly. One simple change that keeps you under the radar. Mistake number 8. The business traveler's fatal move. You approach the podium with confidence. Suit pressed, laptop bag perfectly organized. You've done this route 50 times this year, so you start talking to the TSA agent like your old friends. How's your day going? Busy morning? This line's moving pretty well today. That friendly chatter just marked you for additional screening. TSA training specifically warns agents about overly familiar travelers. When you try to build rapport or make casual conversation, their red flag system activates. Are you trying to distract them? Create a false sense of familiarity? Manipulate the interaction? Professional travelers think they're being polite. TSA thinks you're being manipulative. Don't say we didn't warn you. A sales manager from Phoenix learned this the hard way. He'd been making small talk with agents for years, never had a problem. Then new training protocols rolled out in 2024. Same friendly approach now gets him pulled aside for questioning every single time. Keep interactions minimal and professional. Good morning is fine. Weather commentary and personal questions are not. Answer their questions directly. Don't volunteer extra information. Don't try to be memorable. Boring travelers get through faster than friendly ones. Mistake number 7. Touching your face or neck. The line is moving slowly. You're getting a little warm under those terminal lights. So you wipe your forehead, adjust your collar, scratch behind your ear. Those unconscious movements just triggered their deception detection protocol. TSA agents receive training in micro-expression analysis. Touching your face, especially around the mouth, nose, or eyes, registers as potential deception behavior. Neck touching suggests anxiety or stress beyond normal travel nerves. They don't know why you're stressed, but they're trained to find out. One woman in Las Vegas got secondary screening after touching her neck twice while waiting in line. She was worried about missing her daughter's graduation. Took 40 minutes to clear the additional checks. She missed the flight anyway. Keep your hands at your sides or holding your carry-on. Don't touch your face, don't adjust your clothing, don't scratch or fidget with your hair. If you need to wipe sweat or adjust something, step out of line first. Handle it away from the security checkpoint, then rejoin the line. Your nervous habits are being cataloged by trained observers. And the worst part? They're watching you from the moment you join the line, not just when you reach the front. Mistake number 6. Wrong footwear choices. You're wearing sneakers. Brand new, bright white, still have the tags on them. You bought them specifically for this trip because you heard athletic shoes were better for airport security. That pristine footwear just raised a red flag. TSA agents are trained to notice travelers wearing obviously new shoes, especially athletic shoes that look unused. New footwear suggests recent purchases, which can indicate preparation for specific activities. But here's the twist that catches everyone. They're also suspicious of extremely worn-out shoes. Shoes with loose soles, visible damage, or modifications trigger additional screening because they could conceal prohibited items. So what's the sweet spot? Moderately worn, normal-looking shoes that you've clearly owned for a while. This next detail will shock you. Agents also flag shoes that don't match your outfit or travel style. Business suit with hiking boots. Red flag. Casual clothes with formal dress shoes gets noticed. Your footwear needs to make sense with the rest of your appearance. A tech executive in Seattle got pulled aside because he wore brand new running shoes with a business suit. The agent's note said, "Footwear inconsistent with passenger profile." Choose shoes you've worn multiple times, that match your travel outfit, and that don't look like you bought them yesterday. Most people have no idea their shoe choices are being analyzed this closely. Mistake number 5. Overpacking your carry-on. Your bag is stuffed. Every pocket filled, zipper straining. You've maximized every inch of space because you're trying to avoid checked bag fees. That overpacked carry-on just guaranteed you additional screening time. TSA X-ray operators are trained to flag bags that appear abnormally dense. When your carry-on is packed to capacity, the X-ray images become cluttered and hard to read. They can't clearly identify individual items. Unclear X-ray images mean manual bag searches. Here's what most travelers miss. The problem isn't just about prohibited items, it's about visual clarity. When agents can't quickly identify common objects in your bag, they have to assume the worst. One family in Miami had their vacation delayed by 2 hours because they'd packed their carry-on so tightly that the X-ray operator couldn't distinguish between a tablet, books, and clothing layers. Everything had to be removed and examined individually. Pack your carry-on at 75% capacity maximum. Use packing cubes to create clear visual separation between different types of items. Electronics in one section, clothes in another, toiletries in their own space. The goal is an X-ray image that looks organized and easy to read. Empty space in your bag actually speeds up security screening. Don't say we didn't warn you. Mistake number 4, pre-screening behavior. You're still 20 feet from the metal detector, but you're already taking off your belt, removing your shoes, pulling out your laptop. You think you're being efficient and prepared. That premature unpacking just marked you as suspicious. TSA protocols specifically flag travelers who begin disrobing or unpacking before reaching the designated preparation area. Early preparation suggests you're either extremely nervous or trying to conceal something by creating distraction. And the worst part? It actually slows down the line and annoys the agents. Each screening checkpoint has a designated area where you're supposed to prepare your items. Doing it early disrupts the flow and creates confusion about where you are in the process. A retired teacher in Orlando got additional screening because she started removing her jacket and shoes while still in the ID check line. The agent's report noted premature compliance behavior consistent with concealment anxiety. Wait until you reach the bins and preparation tables. Follow the process in order. Don't try to get ahead of the system. Efficiency that looks suspicious isn't efficient at all. This next mistake, even security experts make it. Mistake number 3, wrong way to remove electronics. The agent asks you to remove your laptop, so you open your bag, grab the laptop, and place it in a bin. Then you remember your tablet and pull that out too. Wait, what about your phone charger? Better grab that as well. That scattered electronics removal process just triggered additional scrutiny. TSA agents are trained to watch how you handle electronic devices. Multiple trips to your bag, hesitation about what needs to come out, or pulling out more items than necessary suggests you're not familiar with standard procedures. Unfamiliarity with procedures raises questions about how often you travel and why. Here's the correct sequence. Remove all electronics larger than a cell phone in one smooth motion. Place them in separate bins immediately. Don't dig around, don't second-guess yourself, don't make multiple trips to your bag. One motion, all electronics. Done! A cybersecurity consultant in Chicago got secondary screening because he kept going back to his bag for one more cable and just remembered this portable battery. His expertise in security technology didn't help him avoid the additional 30-minute delay. Know exactly what electronics you're carrying before you reach the bins. Have a plan for removing them efficiently. Hesitation and multiple bag searches look suspicious to trained observers. Most people have no idea that how you remove items is just as important as what you remove. Mistake number 2, fidgeting in the body scanner. You step into the millimeter wave scanner, feet on the yellow marks, hands above your head. But then you shift your weight, adjust your stance, move your fingers because your arms are getting tired. Those micro movements just extended your screening time indefinitely. The body scanner creates an image based on your exact position. Any movement during the scan corrupts the image and requires a complete rescan. But here's what most travelers don't know. Multiple rescans trigger additional security protocols. 3 rescans is the magic number that gets you pulled for manual pat-down procedures. And once you're in the manual screening process, you're looking at a minimum 15-minute delay, often longer if they're busy or understaffed. One businessman in Denver had to be rescanned 6 times because he kept adjusting his stance. What should have been a 10-second process turned into a 45-minute ordeal that cost him his connection to New York. Enter the scanner only when directed. Place your feet exactly on the marks. Put your hands in the indicated position and hold completely still until told to move. Think of it like getting an X-ray at the doctor's office. Any movement ruins the image. If your arms get tired, tough it out for 5 more seconds. The alternative is much worse. Don't say we didn't warn you. Mistake number 1, the final fatal error. You've made it through security, bags collected, shoes back on. You're feeling relieved and maybe a little proud that you navigated the checkpoint successfully. So you turn back to look at the agents who just cleared you. Maybe you want to say thank you, maybe you're just checking that you didn't forget anything. That backwards look just activated the most serious protocol of all. TSA agents are trained to watch for post-screening surveillance behavior. When travelers turn around to observe security operations after being cleared, it triggers immediate backup response protocols. Why? Because legitimate travelers are focused on getting to their gate. They don't linger to watch security procedures. They don't study agent behaviors. They don't observe operational protocols. People who turn back to watch are either gathering intelligence or demonstrating unusual interest in security operations. Both are classified as potential threats. A college professor in Boston learned this the hard way. After clearing security, he turned around to wave goodbye to a colleague who was still in line. That friendly gesture got him detained for questioning and nearly missed his flight to an academic conference. Here's the rule. Once you're cleared through security, keep moving toward your gate. Don't look back, don't linger, don't observe the agents or the screening process. Your journey through security is a one-way trip, forward motion only. This final mistake is so serious that it can trigger involvement from federal air marshals, not just TSA personnel. And the worst part? Most travelers who make this error think they're being polite or helpful. Bonus mistake, the courtesy trap? Wait, there's one more mistake that's so common we had to include it. You see someone struggling with their bags behind you in line, so you offer to help. Hold their place while they use the restroom. Help them lift a heavy carry-on into the bin. You're being a good person, right? That helpful behavior just flagged both of you for additional screening. TSA protocols specifically prohibit travelers from handling other people's belongings or coordinating with unknown passengers. When agents see you interacting with strangers, touching their bags, or coordinating movements, every alarm in their training manual goes off. Are you working together? Is this a coordinated effort? Are you passing prohibited items between bags? They don't know, but they're not taking chances. A grandmother in Phoenix offered to help a young mother with her diaper bag. Both women ended up in secondary screening for 40 minutes while agents searched through everything they'd packed. Mind your own belongings. Don't touch other people's bags. Don't hold places in line. Don't coordinate with strangers. Your kindness can cost you hours of delays and intensive questioning. Most people have no idea that being helpful can look suspicious to trained security personnel. The bigger picture. Here's what all of these mistakes have in common. They're normal human behaviors that TSA training has classified as potential security risks. Behaviors that make perfect sense to regular travelers, but trigger red flags in the minds of security personnel. The system isn't designed to make sense to you. It's designed to identify patterns that trained agents have been taught to recognize as suspicious. And those patterns are changing constantly as new training protocols roll out and threat assessments evolve. What worked last year might get you flagged this year. What seemed fine last month might now be a red flag behavior. The travelers who get through security fastest aren't the most experienced ones. They're the ones who understand that airport security is a performance where you need to play a specific role. That role is compliant, predictable, unremarkable passenger who follows procedures exactly as designed. Any deviation from that role, no matter how innocent or well-intentioned, can trigger additional scrutiny. Don't try to be efficient if efficiency looks suspicious. Don't try to be helpful if helpfulness looks coordinated. Don't try to be friendly if friendliness looks manipulative. Don't try to be prepared if preparation looks nervous. Your goal isn't to make sense. Your goal is to be forgettable. The most successful travelers through security are the ones who blend in perfectly with what agents expect to see. No surprises, no deviations, no memorable characteristics. Boring travelers get to their gates on time. Interesting travelers get additional screening. What to do instead? Follow these rules and you'll move through security like you're invisible. Have your ID ready but not visible until requested. Keep your eyes forward, never scan behind you. Put your phone away before joining the line. Hand over documents stacked together when asked. Keep conversations minimal and professional. Keep your hands at your sides, don't touch your face. Wear shoes that match your outfit and look moderately worn. Pack your carry-on at 75% capacity with clear organization. Wait for instructions before removing anything. Remove all electronics in one smooth motion. Stand perfectly still in the body scanner. Walk directly to your gate after clearing security. Don't interact with other passengers' belongings. These aren't suggestions. They're requirements for efficient passage through modern airport security. Every single one of these behaviors has been analyzed, categorized, and integrated into TSA training protocols. Ignore them at your own risk. Final warning: the security landscape changes constantly. New training protocols roll out quarterly. Threat assessments evolve monthly. What triggers additional screening today might be different next month, but the underlying principle never changes. Anything that makes you stand out from the crowd of predictable, compliant passengers will get you noticed. And in airport security, being noticed is never good. If you've experienced any of these delays because of mistakes you didn't know you were making, drop your story in the comments below. We read every single one and might feature your experience in an upcoming video. Remember, the goal isn't to beat the system. The goal is to move through the system so smoothly that it's like you were never there. Stay invisible, stay boring, stay on time. Don't say we didn't warn you.